Hello guys, this is me, Kailas Nyangwe. If you do not know my name is Kailas Nyangwe, and in this video I am going to be talking about my mental health and my life. And yeah, basically it's just about how I have been managing my mental health and how I have been coping throughout the whole process of me battling it. Yeah. So I am a first year student at the University of Zambia, and I am pursuing a program called Medicine and Surgery. And um to say the truth, it has not been easy since the beginning of this year. I have been battling my mental health since last year. Okay, let me just start from the beginning. Anyways, last year in 2025, had I fell sick with some mental illness. Initially, it began with physical symptoms like headaches, stomach aches, and sleeplessness, insomnia, delusional symptoms like feeling like there's water that's coming down from my brain into my throat, and just all these delusional symptoms that talk about in psychiatry, in psychology. And yeah, I have that was around March or April somewhere last year. That's when I no, in fact, March is where everything started in 2025, and April is when everything just kept worsening and worsening until I had to go to the hospital like four times. The first time was when I had the physical symptoms. I was given medication, and that medication didn't work. Nothing happened, and I had to go back because nothing was changing. And the second time I went back, they told me that I had this bacteria in my stomach, so they gave me medicine for that. The third time is when the delusional symptoms came about. Like, they were not real symptoms, they were just symptoms I just felt, but they were not real. Yeah, so they took me to the psychiatric ward, and that's where they diagnosed me with brief psychotic disorder. And yeah, that was acute stress syndrome, if that's what they call it. So for a while, they gave me medication for that. They also made me start therapy. That was around June. That's when I started therapy. I think that was June or July, somewhere there. I can't remember well. Um, yeah, when I started taking the medication, I also had some complications, so I had to go to the hospital, and that one was quite critical. Like, I was physically physically unwell. Like, it was a I don't know if it was a reaction to the medication, but it had done me bad, and I had to go to the hospital, and they put me down and made me stop drinking that one, so they had to change my medication now. And yeah, they had to make another diagnosis for me. So they told me I had a depressive disorder along with the brief psychotic thing. So the brief psychotic thing was going to end like in brief psychotic disorders end in months or weeks according to what the doctors say. So for me, I don't they didn't think it was along the months going down. They didn't find any brief psychotic disorder. So for me, it was very confusing in the beginning because I was fine. Like 2024, okay, I wasn't completely fine. I had anxiety. In 2024, I had anxiety from so many things, thoughts building up in my mind. And the symptoms were quite there. They were quite noticeable. Like I had a gut feeling in here. I had gut problems. I had headache problems. I had sleeping problems as well. Like all of those things kept building up until 2025, and that's how I fell into depression. I fell into what they have now diagnosed me as PTSD. So I have a rare form of PTSD with the symptoms that are depersonalization and derealization, along with amnesia. But this amnesia is dissociative amnesia. And under this dissociative amnesia, I have pseudo amnesia. So all of these symptoms are very rare for my kind of PTSD, as what they told me. And I'm just here to talk about how it was hard for me to just find an answer for why I was suffering, why I'm going through this, why all of these things were happening to me. I was very clueless. I was very sad, depressed. I was angry. I was frustrated. I was like, why is this happening? What is happening to me? And for a very long time, for some months, I was very unsure. I was like, I was in the dark. I was like, what's this that I'm going through? Because it felt like I was the only one experiencing this, like out of the whole world, the entire world. Like it felt like I was the only one that was experiencing. It felt like I was the first person to experience what I was experiencing. It felt like none other person in the whole history of humanity has ever experienced what I've experienced. And for me, how I discovered what I am going through was through people on TikTok and people on this same YouTube that I'm putting this video out on. And it was very, for me, when I found people who are going through what I was going through, it was very encouraging. Like, I burst into tears. I was like, what? Like, there are other people that are also going through what I'm going through. It was very comforting for me. Like, it was comforting. I was like, I'm not alone in this. And there is an answer. There's a way out, because some people have found a way out. They found a way out through just following what the doctors have been telling them. And for me, it was very comforting. And I've been here on YouTube. I've been making so many videos. I've been making shorts. I've been making comedy. I've been lip syncing to songs, trying to promote songs, trying to show you people my music taste and all that. But underneath everything is my life that is crashing, was crashing. It's not, it's getting there. Anyways, I found out all of this in September, somewhere, or October last year, and it was very comforting for me to find out that there were other people that were experiencing this. So I'm making this video as an awareness video for this kind of mental health. I don't know if anybody's ever going to watch this. I don't know if people on my YouTube or my subscribers are going to watch this. I don't know who's going to find this video, but I'm making this video even for myself, as my past self. I'm going to see this as my future self, and I'm going to see the progress that I'm going to make, and I know I'm going to come out of this. And I'm just going to spread awareness about derealization and depersonalization and dissociative amnesia, and how these things are real mental issues and people need to know about this. So, derealization, I'm going to start with derealization, is it's a kind of mental disorder where you feel like the world isn't normal around you. The world is, how can I put it? The world is different from the world that you once viewed Now your perception of how reality is has now just been distorted. Everything has just now flipped. It's like everything feels different and not quite like, I can't really say it's like you can't see the world properly anymore. Like, no, it's not that. It's just like everything feels different. It's either it's very vibrant or it's very dull, or everything is a mix of both. It can be vibrant at some times and it can be dull at some point. Your perception of time has also changed. You can't feel time, you can't feel the change of time, you can't know when time is this or that. But you can know that this is day or this is night, but you can't know what's 12 o'clock. Like some people, everyone has that sense of time, but your sense of time has now gone. Yeah, that's derealization, or in what the summarized form of derealization that I can say. Then there's depersonalization, where you feel like your body is not your body. Like your soul and your body are now detached from each other. Like now you can't feel yourself. You can't feel who you are. You feel very apart from yourself. Like it's like you're on autopilot. Like you're in a plane and you are driving the plane, but now you've put it on autopilot and now you are sitting in a body, and now the body is controlling itself and you feel like you're not in control. That's depersonalization in a nutshell. And then there's another symptom that I have, which is amnesia. But before I talk about amnesia, I'm gonna keep talking about depersonalization. And when people hear this, they think people are crazy, people are mad, and mental health has been that way for a long time. And no, people are not mad, they are just going through issues that are out of their own control and they can't help themselves. So yeah, depersonalization is where you feel like you're detached from your body, and it's like you're watching your life through a TV. It's like you're watching your own life through a TV, and your audience is outside of you. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, it really doesn't make sense. Not even to me. It didn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense still now, but you just come to terms with what it is. But yeah, I am just spreading awareness about what this is, and I hope people understand that these are real life challenges that happen to people across the world, in Africa, in America. Doesn't matter where you are, people are going through so many mental health problems, and this one has not been talked about much enough. So I'm here to spread awareness, and I hope I've done justice. I hope I'm doing justice. Then there's amnesia, dissociative amnesia. So there's dissociative symptoms like um even depersonalization and derealization are both, dissociative symptoms. But dissociative amnesia, sorry, is one where you have memory loss. But this kind of memory loss is not one where you're forgetting yourself. You don't no you don't forget your past entirely. It's like, okay, you do forget some parts of your life. You forget some parts of your past, but you know your past, but you don't forget your past. I don't know if that makes sense. And that's the thing. It doesn't make sense, but that's how it is. You know your past. You know what you've been through, but you can't remember certain events and experiences that you've been through. That's the amnesia. But again, you don't forget the places, you don't forget your name, you don't forget anything, you don't forget how to write, you don't forget those things. You know that memory is locked in. That's your long-term memory. Your short-term memory is the one that's affected. Our short-term memory is very, very much damaged, and it's hard to keep up. Even when it's worse, it's where you can't even remember the last five sentences somebody said in a conversation that you were just having with someone. And that one is very critical. But Yeah, it's not dementia, it's amnesia, and people really don't know how to differentiate those two. But dissociative amnesia can come in two forms, I think. There's there's retrograde amnesia. There's pseudo amnesia, which is the one that I have. I have pseudo amnesia whereby I know where I am, but I can't wait. Like, for example, I'm here at home, but I won't remember the place that I want to go to. Like, for example, I want to go to hospital. I don't remember. I don't know even I don't have an image of how the hospital looks like. I just know that the hospital is there and I can go there. But yeah, that's the kind of amnesia that I have. So in a nutshell, these three symptoms are a bad combination. If you have PTSD with these symptoms, they are a very bad combination. It screws up your whole life, your whole social life, your whole career life. Every part of your life is affected, and it's a constant. It's a constant thing. They are constant symptoms. They don't end. They are with you 24/7. You feel them 24/7. You can't get out of it. You can't get peace. You can't get relief. You can't, even if you sleep, when you wake up, you're going to find the same symptoms. You're not going to get out of it in any point, in any way. You're not going to get out of it. The only things that help are breathing exercises, breathing techniques, grounding exercises, um, all these things to help you just to try to focus in the moment, focus on the present, and not focus on what's going on around you. And honestly, for me, I had tried that last year. Last year, those things they would help in some way, but now I've gotten to a point where it's like I've been using medication. I've been on medication. I've changed medication twice now, if not three times. I've changed. I was on fluoxetine. They put me on fluoxetine, but I had stopped drinking the medication, and that was a very wrong decision that I made. I stopped taking the medication because the medication made me feel nauseous. And honestly, I would have tolerated that, but I don't know why I just stopped. I changed to start taking herbs, and those herbs, I tried taking herbs for like more than 1 month, and I wasn't consistent with drinking. I would take them for like 5 days, and then I skip a day or 2 days, and then I start taking medication. That's just how it has been because of the same amnesia, and I've been trying to work it all out. Even though I'm forgetting, I have memory loss. I'm forgetting things every day. It's like it's a constant battle. You can't. It's I don't even know what I'm saying, but it's a constant battle, and you have to try to work through it. I've been on fluoxetine. Fluoxetine didn't work. I didn't take it for the amount of time that they said I should take it. That would alleviate the symptoms. I've been on therapy. I've been talking to my therapist since July or June last year. Until now, I'm still talking to the same therapist, and she told me that I have to let you go. I have to stop talking to you because I've given you so many coping mechanisms. I've given you so many strategies for you to work out your mental health, and it seems like you're not cooperating with me. But that's not the thing. I have been cooperating. I have been trying other coping mechanisms. I have been on therapy. I have been, listening to what the therapist is saying. I've been doing the affirmations. I've been doing the coping mechanisms. I've been making art. I've been songwriting. I've been doing things that are just trying to make me get back into the present moment, just trying to, alleviate the symptoms. But I wasn't consistent because it was hard. It was hard. It is hard. And every person who has mental health can also, they can they can also they can testify to this. It's hard doing things when your mind doesn't want you to do them. It's like you're at war against yourself, and you're trying so hard to fight against yourself. And I've been trying my best. I've been trying to help myself. I've been trying to do so many techniques. I've been trying to go out, I've been trying to make walks, I've been talking to so many people, I've been praying, I've been meditating, I've been doing yoga, I've been praying on fire altars, I've been praying with pastors, I've been going so many places, but nothing has come to break me out of this. Nothing has changed. And if I can just be honest, if I can just be vulnerable, I can just say I'm worse. I'm worse off than I was last year. And honestly, I don't know where I am at in my life. I'm trying to pursue this program, medicine, and it's not easy. It's not easy trying to cope with academics whilst you have memory loss. It's not easy trying to cope with your social life. You're not trying to cope with your friends. You're trying to do these so many things, and your memory just can't give way. You can't remember everything at once, and you're trying to battle all of these things at once. You're trying to battle chores. You're trying to battle your coping mechanisms. You're trying to do these things all at the same time, and your mind is not cooperating. So I'm just here to say that I haven't been okay. I haven't been okay for over a year now. It's now been over a year since I've been experiencing this. And I'm just here to say that I don't know what my life is going to be in the next months, but I'm putting my faith in God. I'm putting my trust that God knows my future. He's the God of the ages. And I have been praying. I've been trying to pray. And even the spiritual, I mean, this PTSD, it screws up every part of your life. Even your spiritual life is so much screwed up that you don't even feel anything. You don't feel the presence of God. You don't remember your scriptures. You don't remember how. You don't remember even how you got saved. I don't. It's just so complicated. It just makes everything worse. And even your spiritual life is affected. That you fail to pray even properly. You're so. I don't even know how I can explain it, but it's really hard. And trying to tell this to people, trying to even make my family understand was a struggle. I've been trying to make them understand for months what I'm going through. I've even engaged therapists to talk to them, but it's like they're still trying to find it hard because mental health symptoms, you may look good on the outside, but on the inside you are really in a war. It's a warfare of the mind, and nobody sees that. So people think you're normal, people think you're fine, people think you're happy, people think, but no, you're just trying to keep yourself together. You're trying to do this, you're trying to cope. And if I'm being honest, I have tried to cope this year. I have tried. This first half of 2026 has been really, really hard. I've been trying my very best to cope with my mental health, and it's been a roller coaster of me juggling my academics, me juggling my friendships, me juggling my chores, me juggling my family, and just interactions with different people, just trying to juggle my spiritual life and all those things. And if I'm being honest, it's not been easy. It's been very, very challenging with PTSD. And I just want to say to anyone who's going through PTSD, to anyone who's going through what I'm going through, I understand what you're going through. I understand what it is to have derealization, depersonalization. I understand what it is to feel emotionless, to feel numb, to feel like you can't feel anything. You're trying to force every emotion inside of you, but nothing can come out. You're going through the most crucial thing and you can't cry, you can't shed tears, you can't weep for what you're going through. You can't weep. You can't weep. You can't imagine. You have no imagination. Your sense of imagination has been wrapped, it has been stolen. Your sense of creativity is also diminishing. Everything is just falling, and you're falling inside of your mind every day. And I understand you. Brother, sister, I don't know who you are out there. We are in this. We will get through this. We will come out of this victorious. It is not the end. This is not the end. This is just, maybe this is just the beginning of where our testimony starts. We will get through this. I promise you, we will not be defeated by this. Future Kaila, I know that you are now fine and you are watching me right now and you are saying, wow, you've come through a long way. And I want to say to anyone who's watching this that I hope you understand people who are going through mental illnesses, whether it's PTSD, whether it's schizophrenia, whether it's bipolar disorder, whether it's Alzheimer, whether it's whatever mental disorder it may be. Please be kind, because we really don't need rudeness. We do not need incompassionate people. We need people who are kind, more kind. And honestly, we need people who are empathetic. And let me tell you something, even mental illness can make someone to not have empathy because of the emotions that you don't have anymore. Like for me, this is a rare symptom. These are rare symptoms I have. Imagine somebody is dying, you're seeing somebody dying at the hospital and you can't feel anything, you don't feel anything, you don't react in any way. That's not normal. And I personally, I don't, it's not like I didn't care. It's like, it's just, I couldn't emote. I can't. So to anyone who's going through this, to anyone who's going through mental illness, to anyone who's going through, not even mental illness, but you're going through a rough patch of life, you're going through the hardest thing that you've ever been through, just like me. This is the hardest thing I've ever been through. I've been so many things through my life. I've been through so many complicated situations in my life, but this one was just, this one wanted to take me out. This one wanted to end my life. I almost committed suicide, but I couldn't accomplish it. I didn't accomplish it. By the grace of God, by the grace of how God has been good, He's been waking me up. He hasn't let me down. He hasn't yet stopped being good to me. By the grace of God, I'm still here. So we are here by the grace of God. We are here by the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ. We are here by His grace and His grace alone. And I'm saying, I don't know if you're Christian. I don't know if you're, maybe you're not Christian, but let me tell you something. We are only here by the grace of Jesus Christ and Jesus Christ alone. I didn't think I would even be here. I didn't even think I would survive up to 2026. I thought my life would end last year. I thought everything was going to crash and fall last year, but by the grace of God, I am still alive in 2026, and I am thankful and I am grateful that I'm still alive, even though I am going through the roughest, hardest, most excruciating pain that anybody can ever go through. I am thankful still that God has kept me and He's keeping me. And I know that God is still working something good. He's still going to work something incredible out of all of this. I am going to come out with a testimony and I am going to come back with a testimony. And so I thank you for your prayer. I thank you for people who are empathetic. And I thank you for watching. If you've watched this, I'm thankful that you even reached the end. And I hope you put me in your prayers. I hope you put people in your prayers. If you know anyone who's going through anything, I hope you know that this is not the end. Even if you're a caregiver, because I mean, I know there's some people who have mental disorders and they need to be given care. If you're a caregiver to someone who has mental illness, I commend you. I give you an applause, because it's not easy. It's really not easy trying to care for someone who's not mentally present, not mentally stable, not mentally there. And praise be to God. And yeah, this is the end of the video. and see you in the next video of me spreading awareness of PTSD with these rare symptoms of DPDR and dissociative amnesia and uh yeah and the like and the such.